So good morning.
Good morning, buenos dias.
uh,
Yeah,
yes. Are you happy?
I'm very, very happy. And also, aware of so many different things that's happening in this community and globally.
So today, thank you, honey. I'm so excited to. It's kind of sometimes difficult to come up with a schedule. You are busy, I'm busy, and today I have Dr. Flora Luyando with me, and I know that sometimes I don't pronounce your last name correctly. How do you pronounce your name? Your last name?
All right, el Luyando.
Perfecto. And she is very dear to my heart. I love her very much. I met her to a friend, a family friend, and we connected immediately. It was amazing. And I found so much about her. Can you tell me a little bit of what do you do? I know that you are an herbalist
Yes,
and also a massage therapist,
yes.
and your trajectory as a healer has been amazing and awesome. I couldn't stop listening to you. Tell me a little bit about it. I know that you started with as a flight attendant, I think it was.
Well, there's a couple of things. I didn't start out as a flight attendant. I've done many, many different things. So people get like, I met you here and you were this, but then I didn't start there. You just met me when I began something or maybe ended something. But my name is Dr. Flora Luyando. Hello, everyone. Buenos dias to everyone, or good afternoon or good evening, wherever you are globally. My background now and what I do now, I am a holistic doctor. I have my doctorates in traditional Chinese medicine, which consists of acupuncture, massage therapy, herbs. I am licensed as an herbalist as well. I do a lot of energy work, but I also combine Eastern and Western. My background comes from Western medicine. I don't think one is better than the other. I've never
No.
believed that. I think combining both is much, much more for your health, mentally, physically, and spiritually.
And during these interviews right now, thank you for that. We are going to be talking about cancer, but today we said, you know what about colon cancer? And I know that colon cancer is very dear to your heart because you have some experience with that. I understand that some of your dear friends have gone through that.
Yes, it is very dear to me. And I have to say that, I have treated patients with colon rectal cancer. When you hear those terms, whether it's colon cancer or colon rectal cancer, it is the same thing. Um, and just yesterday, I lost a very dear friend from colon cancer phase 4. But I've had friends that have been diagnosed with colon cancer and survived it as well. And I also treat patients in my office as we speak now in my office with that disease. So to me, it's very important today more now than ever. And I thank you, Sunma, for allowing me to have this platform today to have people aware about this disease, and especially the brown and black people. That it's affecting them highly in a major increase. Yes, it affects everyone. Let me be very clear. So I'm here to make sure that everyone is aware about this, but it's really affecting the brown and black community in a faster pace.
Mm. Thank you for that, and I'm sorry for your loss. How how does it start? What do I have to pay attention to?
Well, one of the things that I always do with my patients, I keep it simple, from lingos to explanation. But one of the first major signs that most people wouldn't even correlate it with cancer is inflammation. Inflammation starts beginning, inflammation to be specific may be puffiness in your stomach, in your face, in your fingertips,
Mm.
which could be signs of pain in your back, right? Because it's inflammation, or joint issues because your inflammation, or digestion issues, that feeling bloated, that's inflammation. And it's two signs can be. One, that it can be a great sign, which because it's saying, wow, it's fighting something out of your body. It's trying to eat whatever is going on inside your body. Second of all, it's also a sign letting you know there's something wrong. Number three, what's bad about it is if you ignore it, inflammation just a buildup, which then blocks your body of normal circulation to let your normal flow of cells flowing. That's one.
Wow. Yes, I know that sometimes we don't want to think about it. Oh, I have the pain here, pain there, but that's nothing. So we should be paying attention to our body all the time. What are some of the things that we should do? You said that pay attention to, so you were talking about, I think that you mentioned the stool.
Yes, I mentioned inflammation one, but I did not mention stool. Stool actually is another sign. Okay, so for example, when you have constipation, that is a sign that is a blockage. So nothing is flowing in your colon correctly. So if you're feeling, and let me be very clear, most of us have dealt with constipation. So don't immediately get feared and say, oh my God, that could be a cancer. It's just that if it's lasting longer than normal and that you do not normally suffer from constipation and is becoming a regular thing, I highly suggest that you go to the doctor and request a colonoscopy. Another sign could be that you have loose stools, right? Diarrhea form, where it's so loose that it's not normal that you've had that, and it's becoming consistently now. And an increased sign is when you're bleeding with your stools. Now, if it becomes a common thing, yes, sometimes we all are forcing our stools or we're going to the bathroom constantly that we bleed a little bit. But when it becomes to the point that you're bleeding more than normal than you are used to, that is a sign to go to the doctor. Another thing is that when your stool starts looking black, that's a major sign that you need to go to the doctor and request a colonoscopy. What's happening now also is age. Roughly, colon cancer has been from 50 and up. And so when that was happening, when you go to your general doctor, they're like, oh, if you're having these type of signs, minus the blood stools, because that's a major sign, but you know, inflammation, digestion, those kind of things, irritable bowel movements, minor things that may be considered something else. But if you're closer to 50, they will suggest a colonoscopy. But things are changing in the last, I would say, 3 years, that people are now getting colon cancer at 38 and 40. So now we have to be more diligent, more aware that it may be that. And so I'm here today to say, please do not ignore that and check it, because cancer just not pops up just like that. Exactly. It's a slow, something starts a sign, right? Those little signs: inflammation, stomach pain, joint pain, kidney pain, back pain. And then when it starts hitting to bleeding stools, especially black, heavy color blood in your stool, that's a major sign that you're hitting to stage 3, stage 4.
You know what? My take home with this is like, how many people don't look at the stool? Diarrhea, I can tell when I have diarrhea. Constipation is something that but how many people look at it? So starting today, if you don't look at it, start looking at it, because you might not have a constipation, or you might not have the diarrhea, but you might have
the blood.
Yeah. Thank you for that.
You're very welcome, Zulma.
And you know what? I want to keep it short, but before we leave, I understand that you do a lot of work globally. You're only in New York, you're everywhere. So tell me about that.
That's so cute. You know, it's such a, our roots are from Puerto Rico. So, there was a saying, and you could definitely relate to this. where my abuelita, rest in peace, where she also passed away with cancer, but she had thyroid cancer, and we'll discuss some of that later. So we don't lose people. We are discussing colon cancer, but cancer awareness is a must. She would say, "Tú siempre estás aquí, 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 y hablando aquí, aquí, aquí." So I want. Ajá, ¿por qué?
You can stop moving around. Yes, yes, you're all everywhere, all over.
So I thank her, and I thank you again, Zulma. Pero, you know, you can find me at florahealing.com. All that information is there. And yes, I've done work for Puerto Rico for the past 6 years, doing events to make sure after Hurricane Karina was affected, there's still a lot of areas in Puerto Rico that many people don't know that are still suffering. And I am happy to be one of those platforms and assisting Puerto Rico with a couple of my Flora Healing committees in assisting to make sure that that keeps flowing. And I'm so happy and grateful that without them, it will not keep flowing. And so I thank my committee. I thank my mother. Actually, she's one of the ones part of the committee, helping Puerto Rico out. I thank specifically certain people in Puerto Rico. La Escuela de los Lobos, ella es bien chévere, the school. They have been supporting La Perla section area de Puerto Rico, Loíza, Puerto Rico, El Rio Grande, Luquillo. Those are areas, and I do my best to try to hit every part of Puerto Rico, but sometimes that's impossible. You have to go where it's needed most, and that's what we do. And I have to thank the mayor of Loíza, Puerto Rico. Every year I work along with her and her team members to make sure that all that is necessary goes directly to the people. South Africa as well. There's a
I wasn't mention that. Yeah.
A cultural school that Flora Healing continues to donate and help the young children, because cultural arts has always been important. That's a beautiful outlet to release stress more now than ever with Corona. We need that. And it actually helps reduce stress that sometimes cancer occurs because of stress in your body. And then also Tanzania, Africa, which is a blessing as well. Work along with a couple of team members and colleagues of mine, AIM, which is African Integrative Medicine. They have a great, great program in Tanzania, Africa, and I collaborate with them and do awareness with women in the community there for hypertension and how to eat better herbs down there. And we are co-founders of Safari.com, a luxury tourist spot for people to travel Africa and understanding more than just looking for the safari animals, but also to understand the culture and the ways and the living of the beautiful place of Tanzania.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yes. Say that again. I'm sorry, because I was like, Say your website again, please.
FloraHealing.com. FloraHealing.com.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you very much, and see you soon. If you have any questions, please send it, post it underneath this video, or again, you can contact her through her website. Thank you, doctora.
Muchas gracias.
De nada.
Thank you, everyone. You guys stay well, be well, stay aware. Peace.